This proclamation was made by the minister during the opening ceremony of a one-day gender-based violence workshop for women and girls with disabilities, which was organized by the Guyana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities in collaboration with UNICEF at the Arthur Chang Conference Center.
Next year, the Hope and Justice Centers will be launched across the country, where these services will not be through a phone call or through an extension, but they will be, or the intention is for them to be readily accessible to people across the country. And in next year's budget, we've asked for transportation, retrofitted transportation to cater for persons living with disabilities so that they can access the training that we intend to provide. Later on in this year, we will commence training in a number of areas targeting persons living with disabilities.
Available data shows that there is a higher rate of violence against women with disabilities than against men with disabilities. Research also demonstrates that the incidence of maltreatment and abuse of women with disabilities far exceeds that of women without disabilities. In many cases, perpetrators of violence are caregivers, either at home or in institutional settings, and females with disabilities often find themselves trapped by violent partners or family members because they are financially and socially dependent on them for survival. Being cognizant of this, the minister conveyed that the training programs will offer guidance to women and girls with disabilities on becoming independent.
And once you would access those training programs, I am hoping too, and it should be in the pipeline, that funding will be available to you, because we want to encourage micro-enterprise. We want to encourage you to be entrepreneurs. We want to encourage you to be bosses. And we want to encourage you to take control of the finances and the future this way. So things will be put into place for everyone to access.
Violence against women and girls with disabilities is a significant issue that is related to both gender and disability-based discrimination and exclusion. Despite this high risk, there remains a lack of information as it relates to abuse, experiences of abuse, and barriers to seeking and getting help among girls and women with disabilities. It was with this challenge in mind that Guyana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities took the definitive decision to host the workshop. As the organization that represents the interests of persons living with disabilities, the goal of the workshop is to pave the way to ensuring that women and girls living with disabilities are more educated on gender-based violence. This was according to Program Coordinator of the organization, Ganesh Singh.
It is an issue that has been affecting women and girls with disabilities for a number of years. A lot of it is silent, unreported. We know of it because of our work at the grassroots level. And we made a concerted effort to get involved to ensure that women and girls with disabilities are sensitized on their rights, what are the referral pathways that they can take, and services available, and also empower them.
It is expected that in the coming weeks, these women and girls will also be exposed to virtual training to become survivor advocates to serve the need of others who have been exposed to any form of violence through the provision of emotional support. This, Ganesh explained, is the first step in a series of steps that will be taken to protect women and girls living with disabilities against gender-based violence. Wednesday's event comes in the height of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, which is being observed under the theme Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. For the HGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.